All right, I'm here to play a game that I recently got in the mail from a Kickstarter from Gameland Games, Tiny Epic Dinosaurs. I played this game once with my family a couple days ago, it feels like now. And I did like one turn run through of the solo mode just to see if I thought I kind of understood the rules. I'm trying a couple different things with the stream today. So I'm using the new YouTube live controller room. So it's a little bit different on how you handle the starting and stopping of the stream. So I hope it's gonna go okay. And I've also done a couple other different things. I've set up some zoomed in areas of the board. So if I want to talk about the actions on the board, I might go down to this cam or the player area here, or the rival rancher area there, and then back to the main scene. I still have the card cam. I've blown that up a little bit because some of these cards are kind of small. So if I had a criticism to start with on this game, it's the text on the cards are small. But it is a Tiny Epic game, right? It fits in the regular small little Tiny Epic box. I'm not going to go too much through a lot of the rules for the like competitive play for this game, but I might talk some of the rules through out loud. Number one, to kind of reinforce for myself the rules and how the game plays. I kind of like doing these videos where I'm doing a first time full playthrough of a game where I'm learning the rules, so people can see what it was like for someone to actually learn the rules. So it might not be exactly correct with how the game is played, but it will be a recording of a new player's experience on learning a mode of the game. So what else do we have to do for setup? I need to get a private contract card for myself. So I deal myself two. Look at them. This one seems like it's a whole lot easier with two Stegosauruses on it versus two Velociraptors. That's two of the yellow guys versus two of the green. I'm going to take this private contract, and then this one is going to get shuffled back in. We need to deal public contracts equal to the number of players plus one, so that would be 3 total cards. 1, 2, 3. And we need to put 3 research cards out. I'll probably put the research cards up on the card cam when I decide to take one, so you can see which one I'm taking. Got Tyrannosaurus Rex, Herbivore Hemolog, and the Breeding Center. Anything else? Let's shuffle his rival rancher cards. And he's going to get a rival rancher card equal to the same number of workers that I have, and I start the game with 4 workers. I'll get another worker and he'll get another rival rancher card starting in round 4. They're over there on the round tracker. He's got 2 meeples up here, but those are set there. The rules say to use those to help count the score at the end of the game. They're not actually put on the board to take up any of the spaces or anything. So let's deal his 4 cards for this first round. And I think we just start. I already randomly took my my ranch area, and I'm playing as the green player. One thing that I thought sounded cool about the solo mode is once you see some of the powers that are on the rival rancher's card here, each of the rival ranchers, based on the color, their powers are different and their actions are different on the spaces depending upon which color you take. And these are just on the back of the normal player boards or cards. They're not really cardboard boards. They're more like giant cards, double-sized cards probably, double poker size it looks like. So how do we do his turn for solo mode? Oh, first, phase 1 is resource collection. So if I look at my ranch, I get resources based on what spaces are open. So I'm going to get 1 supply, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves, and 3 meat. So that's technically phase 1 of every round, is collect resources. So now let's go to his turn, and we flip over his first card, and we see that's area A. Okay, so we go over here to the action space board. There's area, you probably can't see it, but it's A, B, C, and D. We put his card above area A. That's going to do 2 things. It's going to make it count as if he had a meeple in each of these spaces, which makes it more expensive for me to put meeples in that area of the board. This is basically a worker placement game with dinosaurs, if you want to think of it that way. So it's going to be more expensive for me to put meeples there in order to take those actions. But it's also going to do some stuff for him on his board. So once we put this over here, if there was none of my meeples and none of his cards there, it's counted as empty. So he does this top action, he gets a Stegosaurus. So we're going to take a Stegosaurus and we put it in his Stegosaurus column, covering up, going from the bottom up. If we ever reach the top, then there's no more space for dinosaurs to go in. We do that action at the top up there. So the next thing we would do on his turn is check if he can fulfill any of the public contracts. And we've got Brachiosaurus, Raptor, Stegosaurus, Raptor, Stegosaurus, Raptor, Stegosaurus, and any purple dinosaur. He doesn't have the dinosaurs to complete those. You check from left to right. So his turn is done. Okay, what do I want to do? I want to go get some barricades for my ranch before it gets too expensive, before he puts a card over there. So I'm going to go to this space here, which is going to cost me a supply. And I get 2 barricades. So I'll pick up the 2 barricades, and I have to spin that supply, and I'll take the 2 barricades that I got and put them in my holding area. And that's the end of my turn. So now let's go back and see where he's going to go next. That's a B, so he's going to go here. There's no meeples or no card there yet. So I don't know if it'll show up on here. Yeah, there it is. So the empty is here, 2 Stegosauruses. So we get 2 Stegosauruses and we add them to the Stegosaurus column. And just like that, the Stegosaurus column is full. That is not good, because his action that's at the top of the columns is actually a pretty decent one. Okay, so now back to my turn. What do I want to do? So I've got some barricades. I also need Stegosauruses for my private contract, but in order to fulfill a private contract, you also need to fulfill a public contract on the same turn. So if you're going to do the private contracts, you really need to plan to be able to fulfill one of these also. So you're going to end up with a lot of dinosaurs on your ranch in order to do that. So I don't know if private contract is really feasible, or do I just want to start targeting like maybe also knowing his power. So his power, he's going to go for the lowest valued public contract out there. So he's going to probably want to take this one because it's worth 10. So maybe I should go for this one over here. And it's already going to cost me 2 meeples to go into any of these get dinosaur spaces, because he has a card here. So this counts as him having a meeple in every spot. And it's kind of like, I can't think of another worker placement game where it's more expensive if there's already guys in the worker spot that you want to go to. But there is a larger meeple in this game, the lead rancher, that's kind of like the grande worker, I think it's called, from viticulture. This guy counts as 2 workers. But I want to save him just in case another card comes out to block another spot. So I'm going to take 2 workers, and I'll just go for the Brachiosaurus. Put my 2 guys there. So in this area of section A, you have to roll the hunting die basically, because you're kind of hunting for dinosaurs out in the wild in that spot. It has 3 sides. There's a net, which means basically you catch the thing, nothing bad or nothing extra happens. There is these claw marks, which basically means you got wounded. If you get wounded, you have to go to the medical leave area, you and your dinosaur. And then there's the egg side. There's only one side is an egg, 2 sides are the wound, and 3 sides are the nets. If you roll the egg, you get 2 of the dinosaur you were trying to go for. So let's see what I get. So I got the wound, the 3 slash marks there. So what that means is my guys go to the medical leave area in addition to the dinosaur that I was trying to catch. So you might say, well, what's bad about being in the medical leave area? Nothing really, because you're going to get all that stuff at the end of the turn anyway. But what it does do is in the multiplayer game, I don't know how much it really affects the solo game. But in the multiplayer game, that space is now open. So another player could go there without having to pay more meeples because there's no meeple in the spot. In addition to that, there is ways that you can, when you take dinosaurs, they go into your holding area and not onto your ranch. And you can only fulfill contracts from dinosaurs on your ranch. But there is also a way during your turn to get dinosaurs from your holding area onto your ranch without waiting a whole round. What this does is it prevents you from being able to take that dinosaur, because maybe you were planning on doing that action to move it from the holding area to your ranch and then doing a contract same turn. I can't do that now. I got to wait to get this dinosaur until the end of the round. So that was me. Let's go over to his area. Okay, so it's area C. I have a meeple there already. So it's going to go to the bottom part of the area C card, which says perform the Velociraptor action. If I put it up here, maybe you'll be able to see it a little bit better. The green screen might play a little havoc with this card. Yeah, there's a lot of green on this card, so there's a lot of see-through on it. But the bottom is perform the Velociraptor action. The Velociraptor is the green dinosaur, so that's why you can see right through it. So let's see what that means. So we go over to his board and we look in the Velociraptor column, and when you perform the action of the dinosaur, you do the bottommost area that's visible. So this is saying get 3 meat. So we're going to take the meat resource and put it on the 3. If he would ever get to the 13 area, then whichever resource gets there, we perform the action over here. So if it's the leaves, he would get a Stegosaurus and a Brachiosaurus. If the meat gets there, he gets one of each of the carnivores, which is the raptor and allosaur. If the supplies get there, he's going to take the highest valued public contract card. So that's basically just points for the rival rancher. Okay, back to my turn. So I've got this guy coming in, and I'll be able to feed him no problem. I've got my lead rancher who counts as 2. So I can go to an area where he has a card, no problem. I don't have any supplies to spend. I'm not really too excited about any of these research cards, but there is actually an interesting action you can do, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go here to get a research card. I have to pay 1 leaf and 1 meat. So let's go over to my board, and I'll leaf and meat down. But then what you can, when you do these research card actions, you either can take one of these research cards here, or you can take the top 3, choose one, and then put the other 2 out in the display area. So when you're playing multiplayer, if you do this version of the action, it does leave more options face up for other players to see. There are actions on the Rival Ranchers card where he might want to take a research card as well, so that's a possibility too. So what did I get here? Diplodocus, gain any one research, or gain any one resource for each of your ranchers leaving medical leave. This is good because I have 2 ranchers about to leave medical leave. University sponsor, during the resource phase, if you have the first player token, gain any 2 resources of your choice. Egg incubator, during the breeding phase, you can pay 2 supplies to add any 1 regular dinosaur to your holding area. I find supplies are used for quite a few things, so I don't think I'm going to take the egg incubator. I think I want this dinosaur, Diplodocus. I think that's how you say it. I'm going to butcher all of these names, and the 2 leaves that he wants to eat you can see are see-through because they're also green. He's worth 3 victory points at the end of the game. He's also going to go into my holding area if I can find him. I wonder if this will work. A little close up. You can see the little dino meeple. So he'll go in my area, and the meeple will go into my holding area. All right, so that's my turn. We'll go back to his turn and look at his last card. It's Area D. There's nothing in Area D. So he's going to do the empty action here, which is to get 2 blue dinos. And his blue dino column, his Brachiosaurus column, is not full. We check if he can fulfill any of the contracts. He doesn't have any green dinosaurs yet, so he can't fulfill any of the contracts. So I think we're good with that round. Okay, so now the next phase is retrieve ranchers. So I go through and get my ranchers back. I've got 2 ranchers coming out of medical leave, so I believe my special card here, gain any 1 resource for each of your ranchers leaving medical leave. I believe that should trigger. So I'm actually going to take supplies after I was talking earlier about how difficult it is for supplies to be gained. I think I can use this power now. I'm not sure if it has to be on my ranch in order to use it or not, actually. But I'm going to do it because I feel like this is going to be hard to beat the solo game. I'm going to give myself a little bit of an edge. I'm not sure exactly when you're supposed to get his cards back, but since it's retrieve workers phase, I'll just do it now. I'd have to shuffle that before next round anyways. So we've done phase 3, which was retrieve ranchers. Now we need to arrange the ranch. So in arrange ranch, we take all the stuff in the holding area, which was 2 fences, my new purple dino, and a blue dino. I'm going to build my, I think they're called barriers or barricades in this game. I'm going to build a barricade like that, put my blue dino in that space. So he counts as being in an enclosure. Water and mountains on the sides of a space count as barriers or barricades on the side, as well as these 3 fences that you get. Every starting ranch has 1 square that's completely enclosed. I'm not putting him in there because I don't want to cover up that supply for the next resource collection phase. Dinos need to go into an enclosure unless they're a purple dinosaur, and as long as their card doesn't say they need to be in an enclosure. So this purple dinosaur is going to go out there onto an empty spot to not take up a resource either. So I think we're done with arranging the ranch. The next step is feed dinosaurs. So I need to feed, my purple dinosaur eats 2 plants, and my Brachiosaurus also eats 2 plants. So I went from 4 plants down to 0. Then the next step would be breed dinosaurs. I do not have 2 or more of the same species in an enclosure, so no one's going to breed. Then we go to cleanup, basically. So cleanup would be if any of these were taken, we would during the solo game, we push them down towards the left and refill. In the competitive game where you're playing with other players, it doesn't really matter their position, but since he's going to try to fulfill left to right, it kind of matters. We also take all the research cards that are out there and put them over there and get 3 new ones out. So we got enclosure upgrades. If there's dinosaurs that are escaping, that would help you. And if that happens, I'll explain what escaping dinosaurs means. We also have Spinosaurus. On your turn, in addition to placing a rancher, I can clear a single action space of all ranchers, sending them to medical leave. I don't know how that works in the solo game. Maybe I get rid of his rival rancher card? Or just don't count the rival rancher card? That's interesting. Dimetrodon, I don't know if that's correct, how you say that. During resource collection phase, I'd gain an additional resource of your choice if he is orthogonally adjacent to water. So either like here or here. We push that down to go to round 2, and then start again, go resource collection. So I've got 1 supply showing. I've got 1, 2, 3 meat showing, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves showing. All right, let's shuffle his rival rancher cards. I think this would play super quick. It would be very, if I'm not, sitting here talking through everything that I'm doing and, switching between the different close-ups. Feels like this would go super quick. So he's going to get 4 because we have 4 workers. He still has the first player marker. So let's see what his first rival rancher card is. Is that actually everything? I think so. So it's area B. All right, so this is going to trigger something. So there's no guys or no cards here. So he's going to do the empty action, getting 2 more yellow dinosaurs, Stegosaurus. We look at his board. It's full. He's not going to get those dinosaurs, but what it's going to do is it's going to trigger the... Actually, I wonder if this goes 1 dinosaur at a time, because that's actually going to matter. I think it will probably go 1 dinosaur at a time. So let's take his 2 dinosaurs. So the first one, there's nowhere to go. So we have to do this ability from the top. So what that says, he doesn't get the dinosaur, but he does that ability. Take the lowest value public contract card. Pay dinosaurs as best as you can, fulfill the card's cost. If there's a tie, take the tied card closest to the deck. All right, so the lowest value card, I said it earlier, is this one here in the middle. It's 10 victory points. It has 2 green dinos and 1 yellow dino. He doesn't have any green dinosaurs to pay, but he can pay 1 yellow dinosaur. So I think he's going to get that card. He pays the 1 yellow dinosaur. Now we go to his second Stegosaurus that he would have gotten from that card, and now there is a spot for it to go. So I think that's how that would play, 1 dino at a time. I'm not sure if that's covered in the rules. Let me know if you know. And maybe I'll even ask this question on BGG after this game is over. So, what am I actually trying to achieve? I've got a Brachiosaurus. He might actually, if he gets more Stegosauruses during this turn, he's just going to keep getting those public contracts up there. Both of those need raptors. So maybe I will go for raptors, especially since he doesn't have any cards over it yet. So I'm going to go... I've got supplies. Maybe I don't risk... I'm going to go here and pay a supply. When you go down here and pay, you're going to the dinosaur market. So then you're not required to roll the die. So I'll take a raptor and put it in my holding area. Now let's see what his next card is. Area D. It's nothing there yet, so it's an allosaur for him. I'm just going to go in the bottom of his allosaur column. Now back to me again. I probably want to make another good enclosure to have another good area for dinosaurs. So while he doesn't have a card in this spot, I'm going to go to the pay a supply to get 2 more barricades. I'm not sure exactly what they're called. All right, let's go to his next card. It's area D again. So that is not going to be considered as being empty because he already has a card there. So since it's not empty, which I'm glad about because he would have gotten 2 more Brachiosauruses, which would have triggered his top ability again. It says do the Brachiosaurus ability. So the ability that's shown on his card, the first or the bottommost open visible ability on his card, it's basically get 1 of each resource. So meat will go up and he'll get 1 supply and 1 leaf. And he would take the first player marker back, but he still has it. So I'm not worried about that. So this is expensive for me to go to now because he has 2 guys in each of these spaces. I'd have to put 3 value of workers in order to go there. Fortunately, I'm okay on my supplies, I think. So when I feed, I need 4 leaves and 1 meat currently. I'm thinking about getting another raptor and hoping some raptor, another big raptor public contract comes out. Or I could get a Stegosaurus. The problem with getting a Stegosaurus is I'm not really going to have 3 enclosures for 3 different kinds of oh yeah, I have this one right here. Okay, so let's get a Stegosaurus. And maybe we can fulfill one of those public contracts next turn. So I am going to the area where I have to roll the die. And I got the wound again, which is okay because I have this power that if guys leave the medical leave area, I'm going to get a resource. So that's okay with me. All right, let's check out his next card. It's area A. It's not empty because I have a meeple there. So, which is good because he would have gotten another Stegosaurus, which I don't want him to get. He's going to perform the Stegosaurus action, which is basically the same thing, right? Because it's all full. So he's going to take the lowest valued public contract that's still out there. This is 12, and this is 11. So he's going to take 11. And the unfortunate thing is this is not getting rid of too many of his dinosaurs because it's green, yellow, and purple. He doesn't have a purple, he doesn't have a green, so he's just going to have to pay his 1 topmost yellow Stegosaurus. So he's racking up the points from these public contracts. Okay. And that's kind of what I was saying earlier, that power seems pretty good on the purple guy, but these other guys, their top ones are different than that power. Like the scientist would take a research card and the poacher would make me discard barriers from my ranch, which those seem a lot easier to play against than the guy I'm playing against. Maybe I chose the hardest one to play against. I don't know. back to me. I have my lead rancher left. Got dinos over there. Is there a research card that I want to get? This guy's worth 3 points. Can I afford to pay resources for it? So let's look at food. So this is the consideration that I'm looking at. I've got 1 Stegosaurus and medical leave, so he's going to eat 1 leaf. He's going to eat 2, so that's 3 total, and he's going to eat 2, so that's 5 total. This raptor is going to eat 1 meat. So if I buy one of these guys that eats meat, I should be okay, but I need all 5 of those leaves, so I can't pay a leaf to get a research card. So then what do I do? Get another dinosaur. Another meat-eating dinosaur, because I have some meat to feed him. Let's go for another raptor. I have to use my lead rancher here, because he counts as 2, and this is going to count as having 1 enemy or 1 rival rancher in each of the spots. So we have to roll the die. And I got the net, so nothing bad happens. And I get the raptor and he goes to my holding area. I think that's it. So retrieve workers. Let's get his cards. We'll shuffle that later. We retrieve all of these guys. I had 1 guy leaving medical leave, so I'll get a leaf for that based on my dino's power here. And now we go to arrange the ranch. We're going to move this purple guy up here. And I'm thinking about doing that. So we'd have a big enclosure. Oops. Have 1 big enclosure over here. Or I could do that to make it 2, and then I would only need 1. Then I'd have 4 different enclosures. Or if I do that, that's a 2 there, and then I need 3 more fences to make a 3. Let's go with the 4. I kind of like having them in 3s, because then if I get 2, they can breed, and then there's a space for it for the next one. Or for the baby dinosaur. To make another area, another enclosure, you need like a lot more barriers. I'm gonna go with this. Probably not the best, but so we'll go raptor, and we'll put the Stegosaurus in there. So they're all in enclosures. So that was arrange the ranch. Now we feed the dinos. 2 raptors are going to eat 2 meat. And I counted it up. I need 5 leaves, so I'm going to go from 6 down to 1. Yes. So that's feed. Now we breed dinosaurs. We've got 2 of the same species in the same enclosure. So they're going to breed a 3rd raptor. And that's it, I believe. So let's go back out and refresh. So we would move the contracts down. It's already down, and we need to bring out 2 more. Yeah, so he can do this one completely. So on his next turn, he's going to fulfill this one. And it's going to clear off his board a little bit, which is okay as well. And we also clear out all these research cards and bring out 3 new ones. We got a pterodactyl. I can't even say this one. Parasaurolophus? I have no idea. And a Gamlodon. It's Gamlin Games Gamlodon. So this is like the one that came with the deluxe Kickstarter. Kind of looks like a Triceratops, sort of. But they're doing the little play on the name of their company with that one. Cool little like promo deluxe edition card. We move that down to round 3. We'll shuffle up his cards. I do need to get rid of some of these dinosaurs because I'm not going to get as many resources this turn because I've covered up resources on my ranch having dinosaurs in my ranch. All right, let's deal him his 4. And gather resources. So I've got 2 meat showing, only 3 leaves, and no supplies showing. So he's first player again. Let's see what his first card's going to be. Area D. It's empty. So he's going to get a red dinosaur. Covers that up. Then we check for contract fulfillment. No, yes. So he's going to spend 2 yellow and 1 red and get this contract. He's got 32 points already. He is definitely winning. So I'm going to spend a guy to fulfill a contract before it gets more expensive by having him put a card there. So I'm going to go here, and this is the fulfill a contract space. I'm going to fulfill this blue, green, yellow with a blue, green, and yellow. I don't think I'm set up enough to try to wait to do that with my private contract. I'm going to flip these over like this for the ones that I have completed, just so I don't get confused like with my face up private contract. Okay, let's go to his next turn. It's area A. Area A is empty, so he's taking 2 red dinosaurs. Okay, my turn again. So now what am I trying to do? Maybe just get ready for the next public contract cards to come out. I guess I could just try to set up my board to do my private contract. I've got 1 raptor. Yep, so I'm gonna go, he's already got a guy there, so it's more expensive to get dinosaurs. I'll go here to get a Brachiosaurus, and I need to roll the die. I have to go with 2 guys because he has his card there. And it's the wound again, so this will actually get me some more resources because they're going to medical leave along with the dino. All right, his next card is area B. It is not empty. I have a guy there, so he's just going to perform the Stegosaurus action, which is 1, 2, 3 more leaves. So it's on the 4. Moved it from the 1 up to the 4. All right, back to me. I could, let's see, I'm going to go for an Allosaur. And I'm going to roll the die because if he goes to the medical leave area, it's not really hurting me that much. I'm going to get a supply, so it's kind of benefiting me. So roll the die again. Net, so nothing bad happened. I just take the red dinosaur and put it in my holding area. I'm out of guys. I had to use 2, so I'm ahead of him in using up guys again. So this is great. Area C. So area C is empty. He's going to get 2 raptors. And the reason I said great is because if we look at this public contract and his board, he can fulfill it. And it's 14 more points. This is brutal. Red, blue, green. I'm getting destroyed, and I feel like I'm playing correctly based on the rules, but I'm getting destroyed by this solo mode so far. Game's not over, right? Okay, retrieve ranchers. Get my guys back. We got 2 guys coming from medical leave, so I'm going to get 2 supply or 2 resources of my choice. What should I take? I'm going to cover up the supply with one of these 2 guys. I'm going to have quite a few meat eaters for a while and quite a few plant eaters for a while. I think I'll just take 1 each of a meat and a plant. Let's get his guys off of here. Okay, so that was retrieve ranchers. Now we arrange the ranch. I've got 2 dinosaurs in my holding area, blue and red, and they're going to go into there and there. I really need some public contracts that take raptors to come out, because I need quite a few more barricades. I guess if I got 2 barricades, I could block that and that off, and then I'd have a third, or like another area 2, a 2 area enclosure where I could put stegosauruses in order to have an area to put a dinosaur of each of the 4 basic species. All right, now I got to feed dinosaurs. So raptors are 1 meat. That's 2 meat. He eats 2 meat himself, so that's 4 meat. So from 6 down to 2. And this Brachiosaurus eats 2, and my purple dinosaur eats 2 Dilophosaurus, I think it is. So that's 4 total, so from 5 down to 1. That was feed. Breeding. Raptor breeds for a 3rd raptor. And then refresh for the next round. Get rid of the research cards. We need to fill public contracts. There's a red, blue, green. Red, green, green. Green, green, green. This is 14 points, 13 points, and 10 points. I might actually go for this 13-point card. Oh, you know what? He's going to go first, and he can fulfill this 14-point card. He's getting so many public contracts. This is nuts. Okay, so this goes down to round 4. He's going to get 5 cards now. I get my 5th worker. Oh, I have to refill these research cards. Is that everything? I think so. Let's shuffle the rancher deck and deal him his 5 cards. I need to get resources. All right, so he's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll put the deck up there. Okay, gather resources. I get 3 leaves. So from 1 to 4, 2 meat. From 2 to 4, and no supplies. Okay, he is first. Let's take a peek at what he's going to do. Area C. There's nothing in Area C yet, obviously, because he's first, so it's empty. He's going to take a blue dinosaur. And then the leftmost contract card is a red, a blue, and a green, which he obviously has. A red, a blue, and a green. He takes it. He has got so many points. Okay, my first turn. Before it gets more expensive, I'm going to fulfill a contract. So I'm going to take 1 worker, go to the contract space, and do this red, green, green contract. I've got red, green, green. So there's 3. The only contract that's left out there is 3 green dinosaurs, which he can't do. If he fills up one of his columns, though, he'll take it because it's the only one that's left out there. Well, let's see what his next action is. Column B. It's not empty because I have a guy there. So he'll perform the bottommost Stegosaurus action, which is plus 3 leaves. So from 4 to 7. All right. I have a blue and a green. And the only... Oh, I forgot to get my second private contract card at round 4. So it's a purple, red, green, and yellow. But again, you got to do it on the same turn you fulfill a public contract. So you got to get quite a few dinosaurs. We've got 3 rounds left. It's already more expensive to get more barriers. Plus you need a lot of resources. I could do a turn where I'm just trying to get resources by not putting a lot of dinosaurs in there and get more barricades. We need quite a few leaf-eating dinosaurs in order to do this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my worker and go here, which is the two leaf spot, and go up from 4 to 6 leaves. Right, let's see what his next card is. It's area D, where I just was. It's no longer empty, so he will perform the next empty Allosaur, and that's the get a research card. I think he takes the lowest valued one, or is it the highest valued one? Oh, you draw 3 new research cards and add them to the row. The rival takes the highest victory point card from the entire row. Okay, so we draw 1, 2, 3 more research cards. And the highest valued one is this dinosaur. I don't know what happens if he... The rival gains no special benefit from abilities or unique dinosaurs on the card, just victory points. So he's not going to get a purple dinosaur. He's just going to have the victory points. 2 more points. Anything interesting come out that I might want? Gain any one resource of your choice anytime you acquire a research card. Not going to be getting a whole lot of research cards. Security forces prevent a dinosaur from escaping, which we haven't actually had to see yet. And Fossil Museum is victory points for each different species of dinosaur in my ranch. Nothing I'm super excited about. What am I going to do? It's expensive to get more fences, but I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to the spot where I have to pay a supply. I got to send 2 workers there because he's got a guy on the card. Spend my supply and get 2 more barricades. Hopefully I can get a... It's kind of hard to acquire a lot of dinosaurs, especially... I'll be blocking myself from some of the spaces. Hopefully he doesn't get a card out there too early. I should try to get 1 dinosaur this turn. So let's look and see what his next card is. It's D. It's not empty. So he's going to perform the Allosaur action, which is get 3 supplies. 1, 2, 3. So much better when he just gets supplies. Or gets resources, I mean. Instead of getting a whole bunch of dinosaurs, because that pushes him up to that contractor action very quickly. All right, my turn. I've got my lead rancher left. No supplies, so I can't get dinos at the market. I think I'll go just for a Stegosaurus because I've got quite a few leaves. I could go for a raptor actually, and then they would breed. And that would have this one done. And then maybe I could just grab it, hopefully first thing next round. I mean, it's 10 points. Or do I keep setting up to try to do a public and a private at the same time? I'm gonna go for a Stegosaurus. Although free dinosaurs are free dinosaurs from breeding, right? I'm just gonna try to do it. I mean, it's a known quantity. It's the known 3 raptors needed. I have to roll. And I got wounded, which is okay with me because again, I have free resources leaving the hospital. Okay, his last card is Area B. It's not empty. He's going to do the raptor action, which is get 3 meat. So he's going to go from 4, he was on 4 to 7. I played all my workers. He's played all of his cards. We retrieve all of this stuff. I had 1 guy come back from medical leave. I'm going to get another leaf. So now we arrange the ranch. So I got 2 more barricades. I'm going to go there and there to make another enclosure right here. I'll throw this raptor in there. That's the end of that. So now I feed dinosaurs, 2 meat to feed my raptors, and 2 4 leaves to feed those guys. So from 7 down to 3. Then we breed the raptors. There's 2 in the same enclosure. That guy will go there. Those little green dinosaurs are kind of hard to see on the green. You can kind of see their shadow and their outline a little bit. I think that's everything. All right, so now we prepare for the next round. Get rid of the research cards. Put out 3. I'll move the round marker down. We move the public contract over and bring out 2 more. This one's better than the 3 raptor one. 12 points instead of 10. And we'll shuffle his cards and give him 5. If I could get, this is so risky, if I could get 1 Stegosaurus and 1 Allosaur and get them onto my ranch. It's not possible though, because I'll be blocking the spot to move guys from the holding area if I put a guy there. No, can't do it. I was trying to think about how I could fulfill the private contract and public contract on the same, on this particular turn, but I can't. And I doubt I could take the risk and see if this one's going to stick around. But then with the breeding, that raptor is going to get away. Unless I put it there. I think the only chance I have is trying to fulfill a private contract and a public contract to get even more points, because he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 public contracts fulfilled. Can I do it? What do we got here as far as research cards? Aerial Surveyor is another deluxe card. Collect 2 resources of your choice if you have at least 3 enclosures in your ranch, including your starting enclosure, which I do. So this is actually a really good power on this guy here. He basically lets you clear a spot of workers before you would place your guys there. I don't know if that means in the solo game that you get rid of the Rival Rancher card, like just get rid of it, or you just don't count you just pick a space and say that space has no workers in it. That would let me move my worker out of the way. Anyway, well, let's collect resources. I've got 2 meat showing, so from 2 to 4. I've got 1, 2, 3 leaves showing, so from 3 to 6, and 1 supply showing. He's going to go first. It's area C. Yeah, what do you know it? It's 2 raptors. Wow, this is hard. Then we're supposed to check to see if he can fulfill contracts. He can't fulfill this one, but he can fulfill this one. 2 green and a blue. He's got 2 green and a blue. That's the one I was going to go for. Well, I guess I'll do this here to fulfill a contract. Fulfill this one with my 3 green dinosaurs. Yep. So we go to his next card. Area D. It's empty, so he's going to get a red dinosaur. Now my next turn. So he's already got 2 red dinosaurs. If he gets a green dinosaur, he's going to fulfill that contract as well. I guess I could go for points just by having dinosaurs on my ranch. Because at the end of the game, I also get points for having dinosaurs on my ranch instead of trying to fulfill contracts. So let's go here and spend a supply, get a red dinosaur into the holding area. Now we go to his turn. To area B, it's not empty, so he's going to perform the bottom raptor action, which is 3 meat. 1, 2, 3. Taking him to 10. My turn. I will go here to get a Stegosaurus. Net, so nothing bad happens. Take the Stegosaurus into the holding area. His next action, area B. It's not empty, so he'll perform the Stegosaurus action. The bottommost one is 3 leaves, so 1, 2, 3. My next action, let's see, I've got 6 leaves. I need 4 for those guys, 1 for that guy is 5. Could get another Stegosaurus. I'm already blocking the Stegosaurus spot though. I've got 4 meat. He's going to eat 2. Go for a raptor. Might have to be like a heavy resource gathering turn next turn too, because I'm going to be covering up some spots. So I got a net. It's going for a raptor, right? Yep. His next card. Area D, it's not empty, so we do the bottommost Brachiosaurus action, which is get 3 meat. Okay, so that's going to take him to 13. So when you get to the maximum there for the resources, it's 13. We look at which resource it was meat. So the meat says he's going to get a raptor and an allosaur, and this goes back to 0. And this sets him up to fulfill that public contract. Right, because it's 2 red and a green. Look at all this pile of contracts. I'm getting decimated. Getting decimated by this guy. So I've got my lead rancher left. Any of these research look interesting? Not especially. Do I want to move some of these barriers around and take the first player marker? I don't think so. I don't have enough workers to get resources because he has 2 workers over there, and this guy counts as 2. I could get another Brachiosaur. That would be 6, 7. I don't have enough food for that. We got 4 meat. I don't have enough meat to feed another allosaur, and the raptor spot is taken already. Maybe I just get a research card just to get it for the points. So I have to spend a meat and a leaf to do that. Oh wait, I don't have enough guys to go there because he's got 2 guys in there. So I either need to go somewhere on this card or over here. I could pay a dinosaur. I think I'll do that. Let's see if I get, he's worth 3 points though. I guess I'll just go here and take the first player marker. Seems like a weak turn. Because I don't have enough food to feed either of these kind of dinosaurs. And I can't really go anywhere else. All right. I think that's it. Retrieve workers. Ranchers come back here. No one in the medical leave area. Get their cards. There, I mean his cards. Arrange the ranch. So I've got 3 dinosaurs here. I'll put Stegosaurus there, Raptor there, and Allosaur there. I mean, I'm set up to do this private contract, but there's no way in one round that I can get enough dinosaurs from my holding area onto my ranch in order to fulfill another public contract. It's just not going to happen. Okay, feed dinosaurs. 2, 4, 5 leaves, so from 6 down to 1, and 2, 3 meat, so from 4 down to 1. Breed, I don't have 2 of the same species in any enclosure. Refresh for next round. Get rid of these research cards. Bring out 3 new ones. And we need to bring out 3 new public contracts. Red, yellow, and purple for 13 points. Blue, yellow, and purple for 12. I can't do 2 of those. Blue, blue, yellow for 11. So 13 is the most valuable one. All right, so let's give him his 5 cards. Did I shuffle this yet? I can't remember, so I'll just do it again. Got to take the round marker down to the last round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually am first player this time, but I gotta get my resources first. So if we look at the board, I've got 2 meat showing, so from 1 to 3, and 4 leaves from 1 to 5, no supplies. I do not see a good path to victory here. I'm gonna go back to my board again here. With the dinosaurs that I have, I need 2, 4, 5 leaves to feed them in order to keep them, to score points from them, right? I've got 5 currently. But I could get rid of all of those guys to fulfill that public contract for 12 points. This one's 13, so that would save me on some meat. So right now for meat food, I've got a requirement of 3, and I've got 3 there. So before it gets even more expensive, I'm going to go for the one with the most points. I think. Do I think? Since I'm first, I'll go there. Yeah, I'll just fulfill this one. So it's the, I guess I can make that a little closer. The red, yellow, purple public contract. So we'll get rid of red, yellow, purple. So my purple one's just going to go to the discard pile. My purple card, that is. So that public contract is done. Now his turn. Area B, good. That was going to get more expensive. And he's going to perform the bottommost raptor, the green dinosaur, which is get 3 meat. 1, 2, 3. That's a pretty benign turn from him, which is good. All right, so what am I going to do next? Probably get dinosaurs for points, try to replace the dinosaurs that I just got rid of because I have enough food to feed those dinosaurs. I'm not going to be able to get another one of these public contracts, and since I can't get another one of those, the private ones are out. I'm not going to worry about those. I'm just going to try to get points from getting dinosaurs. I do not have a supply to spend, so I'll just take a worker and we'll start with Stegosaurus. The net, so nothing bad happens. Into my holding area. His turn is next. Area D is empty. He'll get another red dinosaur. He doesn't have any blue or yellow dinosaurs, so he can't fulfill any of the contracts up there. Okay, my turn next. I'll go for the Allosaur to replace that guy, because I have the food to feed him, and that's a net. So I'll take the Allosaur and put it in my holding area. Now his next card, as long as he's not bringing out A cards, why do I open my mouth every time? It's not empty, so the next available Allosaur card is one of each supply, so from 10 to 11, 4 to 5, and 3 to 4. That exact same thing happened yesterday during a Jaws of the Lion. Was that yesterday? Maybe it was a couple days ago during a Jaws of the Lion playthrough. I said, as long as I don't flip over my Sand Devil card, Sand Devil card. Exactly the card that I said. So that's going to make this more expensive to get more dinosaurs. Do I risk it? Is there anything I want to do in this area of the board? Let's zoom in on that area. Not fulfill a contract. I already have the first player marker. I don't need more enclosures. Do I want to spend a dinosaur for... So actually, interestingly, what I could do... So what do I have as far as food needs right now? I've got 2 meat, 3 meat. Do I want to get rid of one of my dinosaurs and hopefully get a high value research card? That could be risky, because if I get rid of this raptor, he's a 3-point dinosaur. If I don't, none of these that are out, none of the research cards that are currently out there are worth 3 points, but there might be one that I flip if I do the draw 3 and take 1. So Seems like I should just keep dinosaurs that I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lead rancher and go for a Brachiosaurus, because then they can breed. I've got enough leaves to feed 2 Brachiosauruses and my 1 Stegosaurus. And hopefully this is not an egg, actually. Oh, see? Egg. Why do I say these things? Because now I'm not going to have enough food unless I do something that costs me a dinosaur. Okay, and hopefully I'm not even going to say it out loud. I'm not going to say it out loud. Okay, good. He is going to perform the bottommost Stegosaurus action, which is get 3 leaves. So 1, 2, that takes him to the max. It just goes off of here. It does not wrap around. And the max for leaf resources is he gets a Stegosaurus and a Brachiosaurus. So Brachiosaurus, Stegosaurus, which he still does not have enough to fulfill. So I don't know how this works with the purple dinosaur. I wonder if that's in the rules. Check for fulfilled contracts. Doesn't say anything about the purple dinosaurs. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't have a purple dinosaur, but he has a purple dinosaur card. And I don't know if you're just supposed to ignore the purple dinosaur when you're seeing if he can fulfill the contract. I don't know. Not clear. If you know, or if it's been answered on BGG, you can let me know down in the comments. Okay, so what I was happy about was there's no rival in area C here. So I can go here and I got to pay a dinosaur. I'll pay this Brachiosaurus. It is 3 points, but I'll be able to feed all of my guys now because I got that extra dinosaur. And I'm going to draw 3 research cards and take 1. See if we get something that... So Triceratops is 4 points. At the end of the game, gain an additional 1 victory point for each dinosaur orthogonally adjacent to Triceratops. So that could be interesting. Do I have a good spot to put him? Not really, but that could be worth 2 extra points. Plesiosaurus is just 3. And Moschops is 3. I think I'll take Triceratops. So you can see what his card looks like while I dig for his little meeple. The Triceratops and the Gamlin one looks similar. I think it's this guy. See if I can get him over there so you can see him. All right, put him in my holding area. So that was my last worker. Now let's see what his last card is. Look at that, area C. It's no longer empty. He's going to perform the Brachiosaurus action, which is just get 3 supplies. So from 5 to 8. Okay, retrieve workers. He can't, I'm still saying that he can't fulfill any more contracts based on the dinosaurs he has up there and what's available. Get my workers back, doesn't really matter. arrange the ranch. Oops. So I was thinking about putting my Triceratops right here. And we'll put Brachiosaurus here and here. We'll move the raptor up there. Allosaur there. Stegosaurus there. I don't think I can put a guy here. I know I can't actually because that's not an enclosure. And I don't think I can put this guy in an enclosure with a different species. I think he has to be outside of the enclosure. I'm pretty sure. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Okay, now feed dinosaurs. Looking at the board here, my meat eaters. Oh no, Triceratops eats so much. Actually, I don't think that matters at the end of the game because he's just going to take barriers away. So now just thinking about who to keep for... So I'm at the feed dinosaurs stage, right? I got 3 meat requirement, so my meat is gone. But I didn't even think about looking at this because I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, a requirement for 8 leaves. So how can I do this to save the most points? I think Triceratops just has to run away. Because if I make the Stegosaurus run away, that's only saving me from 1 leaf. Because only if I tried to feed the Triceratops and maybe 1 Brachiosaur. Yeah, so, oh well. It was a nice try, but Triceratops is going to run away. So what happens when they escape, when you can't feed them? If they're an herbivore, they take a barrier down. But it's fine at the end of the game here because you only check barriers during phase 4, which is the arrange ranch phase. So we'll just have him take that barrier with him. He runs away. So we've got, for the other food, 2, 4, 5 leaves. And I lose this card. Yep, so that, actually I did not play that very well. That was feed. Now we go to breed. I've got 2 Brachiosaurs in the same enclosure. I guess it matters there for when you're looking if there's still an enclosure for breeding. So it was good that I took a barrier from up over there. Refresh for next round. Don't have to worry about that. Let's move this stuff and get embarrassed by the final score. So let me check the solo rules for points. End of the game, score the rival ranch normally using its ranchers as scoring tokens on the reverse side of the round mat. Its research cards are only scored for their point values. So he also is going to get points for his dinosaurs. Wow, this is going to be insane. So we'll start with 2 points from that research card. Then let's see, 14 and 12. Let's see, 14 and 14 is 28 and 12 is 40. So let me just go with 40. So we're at 42. 11 and 11 is another 22. So that would be 64. Another 10 is just 74. And another 14 is 88. And then a Stegosaurus is 2 points, so he's at 90. 1 Brachiosaur is 3 points. And 2 Allosaurs is 8 points each. So 101. I don't even think I have half of that. 12 and 13 is 25. Plus 10 is 35. Plus 13 is 48. Okay, so maybe I have half. Brachiosaurs are 3 apiece, and I guess you couldn't see his mat when I was counting up his dinosaurs. I'll move it over, just keep it on this close up here. So my dinosaurs, 3 brachiosaurs, there were 3 each, so that's 9 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 stegosaurus is 2 points. 1 raptor is 3, so 1, 2, 3. And 1 allosaur is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 101 to 66. Yeah, I might try playing again against a different guy. This contractor ability just seemed too good. He was getting so many points. This poacher guy would do a lot of stealing of stuff if he was doing these abilities. And his top ability is you must discard 1 of your barriers on your ranch. It sucks, but it's not as bad. The scientist is he's just going to take the highest valued point research card. And I don't know what the one on the back of the green player is. He just gets resources. Yeah, this purple guy taking all those public contract cards. I mean, he was supposed to take the lowest valued one, but he also got a ton of dinosaurs and just fulfilled them during his turns because he had the right dinosaurs to be able to fulfill that contract. Yeah, so that was kind of rough. I think I played it correctly. If you know the rules for the solo game and I didn't play it correctly, please leave comments down below because I'd really like to know if there was something that I did completely wrong. It's okay for there to be challenge in a solo game. You don't expect to win them all. You shouldn't. What would be the fun in that? So I'm trying to think of anything else that I could have done differently. I just noticed something on the bottom of this card where maybe this means that, I don't know how well you can see that the A and the B area is mostly where the Stegosaurus will come out, and then like the C and the D is where the Brachiosaurus will come out. So maybe if you see one of the columns filling up with dinosaurs, you might want to do an action there. So his rival rancher cards are actually going to the to the perform an action instead of getting a whole bunch of dinosaurs. And maybe I should have taken the first player marker earlier. So there was a chance that where I had placed the meeple, it's possible that he was going to go there and instead of getting dinosaurs, he would have gotten the perform an action, because getting resources or getting these actions seemed a lot less benign than getting a whole bunch of dinosaurs, because getting a whole bunch of dinosaurs he was able to fulfill the contract cards, and it takes a while just getting resources to get the dinos. But anyways, that was me learning the new game Tiny Epic Dinosaurs, the solo mode. Like I said, if you see anything that I did wrong, please leave me a comment. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.